You know, I trusted Bob, I trusted the people he had working for him. They were freaking incredibly responsive. No ifs, ands, or buts, it was just done.
You know, there's no shortcuts in this business. There is no shortcuts. There's only one way to get there, and it's to do it right.
To me, the biggest benefit was that I could rely with one phone call on reaching out to the entire Cref team and having an incredible array of resources that would be deployed at a moment's notice to help me.
When I pick up the phone and call the leasing team, I don't need to think about it. When I pick up the phone and call the capital management and projects team, I don't need to think about it. I can be focused on what's important for us, patients, physicians, employees, community, stakeholder groups, and not worried about the ancillary stuff that I'm not an expert in.
I could always depend on them to make those physical changes, to get the equipment installed the right way, and to make sure that patient care never was compromised.
And that's how it all sort of takes off.
Here at Norwood, on June the 28th at 4:13, there was a massive 500-year storm. And in a moment, it went from normal hospital operations to catastrophic situation that needed immediate response.
You know, you need to be able to solve the issues as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Within a half an hour, we had mobilized a huge response team. Bringing all the different players in together helps deal with these challenging situations.
Chris was really a leader in that effort, managing multiple teams.
We had full control over the situation in a very short window of time.
They were able to do that without any injury. We had no injuries to any of the patients.
And we're able to pretty effectively stabilize the situation.
We get this hospital back up and running so that the community has that resource. He was able to manage all of those tasks just superbly.
Coming out from the debris of this crisis is going to come an amazing hospital.
You know, I was standing in another room and he was talking to my GC. I had told him something I didn't like. He was relaying that in such a nice way, but also with a calmness and authority. That was probably my aha moment with Kyle.
I didn't go to school for construction management or anything. You know, the actual construction side has been a little bit of a challenge.
But he's working really hard to get there. And so I'm trying to give him definite avenues that will help him progress in his career. And so I think that's the type of mentoring, you know, that I provide.
She's probably forgotten more than I will ever learn, and she's super meticulous and detailed.
I'll see him put some of the things that I've attempted to show him in use. And to me, that's very gratifying. You know, what he's doing with the 3D modeling is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I can't even tell you how long we've been a team off the top of my head. So it's just become an organic thing that, you know, Kyle's there, or I'm there for him.
With the acquisition of Miami and the 5 additional hospitals, it was a huge expansion for our client. I was kind of looking for someone that was really strong in the project controls, but also had that personality that could effectively train and teach the new hospital presidents and COOs, and ultimately allows them to trust Cref.
We sat, we talked, and he says, I have an opportunity for you in this Florida area. We have these 3 hospitals.
He has the ability to communicate effectively.
I had to put a plan together. It was challenging, but it was one of those challenges that I thrive upon. It's a matter of being able to have the right team and the right processes in place. Because it doesn't matter how big it is, it's the process, following the process. And Cref has a process and so on. By having those individuals there to be able to support you, you can run the distance.
Ida hit 2 weeks after my hire date with Cref. It was Category 4 and it was actually the strongest storm on record in my state. So I was actually terrified.
And everybody that interviewed Sama on the first interview just said, hire her. It was that simple.
Once the storm hit, I was with no power or internet for a whole week, so I couldn't do my job. That's why I was kind of very stressed out.
You do whatever you have to do, whether it's, whether you're at work or whether it's family, just do it.
Scott and the whole Cref team, they sent a whole team from Texas that they provided generator and emergency supplies all the way here to my property.
Some people will say, hey, we got to do this. They'll say, well, what do you mean? I don't care how much it's going to cost, we got to do it.
And they were just awesome. And I was very blown away. And I'm just very fortunate to be part of their team.
The last 6 years have been quite an incredible journey. We've been able to create this really new way to look at real estate and deliver, world-class healthcare for our clients. By being able to look inward in discovering who we truly were as a company, it really allowed us to see exactly what our core values were. By keeping hospitals and colleges and universities running and opening no matter what problems face them. By creating an environment where we support each other, we're able to grow and keep the upward trend. We really focus on what the deliverable is, what our client, what our employee, what our staff needs, and we do whatever it takes to get the job done. But if we truly want to enter into the next revolution of delivering the new way of real estate, then we need to embrace technology, whether it's predictive analytics, whether it's artificial intelligence, whether it's me slapping a camera on the robot that's cleaning the floors of the hospital. I want to continue to push the envelope, and I want people to start thinking that way. Cref was formed to really change the way people see real estate. And I really believe that we are real estate reimagined.